happy Monday. We're currently, like I said, turn 293. This is our little mirror. Custom for Wizard, of course. Merlin portrait. We've got 8 spellbooks of death. 4 heroes, will go to them in a second. Mirren, because we're ruling the trolls. We're running the trolls, whatever. Artificer, so we can make magic items for half the mana cost. Fantastic Warlord. All our summoned and fantastic troops get a nice little bonus to get a +1 to melee, +1 to ranged attack, +1 to armor, +1 to resistance, and breath attacks if they have them. And it just so happens that all our undead units are considered fantastic troops. So, ta-da, they all get little bonuses too, if they've been made into undead, which a fair amount of them have. Or at least at this point they are. Anyway, so our heroes. First one we got was Baktu the Orc Warrior. He's doing pretty well. He's got some decent gear. Then we've got Zaldron. He is leading an army somewhere. I forgot what he's doing. Then we just did hire Shuri, the Huntress. Did we hire her, or did we... I think she came to us looking for work. So we hired her, because we had the spots. You have room for 6 heroes, so we had the spot for her, so we took her. And then we also have Jotun the Ice Troll. She is a troll, an ice troll. This is kind of cool for us because we were actually, it would just so happen we picked her up 2 streams at the end of 2 streams ago, and just a little while before that, we've been talking about a hero that had regeneration, so we can make them into undead and go from there. And what do you know? A little bit while later, she comes to our front door looking for work, and we go, "Hey, look, you got regen." So today, the experiment is to see if we can make her into undead and still have her collect experience. That's the trick, because most undead units do not gain experience. But if they've been turned to undead, hero-wise, we know it doesn't work for regular units because we have a lot of trolls that we've turned into undead and they're not picking up any more experience. But she might be in a hero, and that's going to be the test today. Probably an early test today, hopefully within the next hour or so, if we can get it done. But anyway, so that's where we are that way. History-wise, so we're in contact with all 4 of the other wizards. This is our army strength. We are the green line, kind of tied with Rack at the moment, and I think our dealings with him are kind of strained. No, are they strained? I think they're okay. It's Horus that's a pain in the ass, the red line. But anyway, as you can see, army strength, we're all fairly equal. Magic power, I've got a little bit of advantage here. So what the magic power is just the way it works in this game. Magic power is divided into 3 things: mana generation, research skill, and magic casting skill. And there's a little screen where you can choose on how it's being divvied up per turn. Magic power is the total number, so as you can see, we've got the pretty big advantage there for as far as total magic power. Research, this is one of the things you can change around. This actually just represents how many spells you learned. Not a huge deal, really. Number of towns, this is of course a big deal. You want this line to always be going up, because in Master Magic the rule is always be colonizing. ABCs of MOM. The ABCs of MOM are always be colonizing. I mean, if you're not expanding, you are losing. And as you can see, they are trying to expand, but not doing a very good job of it. But that's because all 4 of them are over on the other plane of existence, on Arcanus. While I'm the only one really officially on Mirror. Horus did cross over and has 1 city there. He might have more by now, but we know he has 1. But that's because he came through one of the planar towers. So anyway, number of towns, we're doing pretty well. Fame, not a huge deal, but this does affect how often heroes come looking for work, or other types of mercenaries, or merchants trying to sell new magic items and stuff. So it's kind of a deal, but it's not a big deal. But it can make your life a little easier. Gold income. So this basically represents how much money you're making. So as you can see, we're kind of up there. Food income. This primarily affects how many troops you could have out running around. The higher your food income, the more troops you can afford to, feed. You can see the numbers are pretty close. And then mana income. So this number is part of, again, a portion of your magic power. Ours could be higher if we devoted more power towards generating mana. but we don't need to right now. So we've got our magic stuff pretty well proportioned, and that's what I'm talking about here. So you got mana, research, and casting skills. You see, we're pretty balanced. Not balanced, but here, we'll lock this one. Good enough. Okay, so fairly balanced. Again, casting skill. This represents how many spells you can cast in combat. It also affects how fast you cast spells in the grand strategy map. So the higher level, the more difficult the spell, the longer it takes to cast. And your casting skill affects that. Don't need magic. Does Danka. There's no Danka in this character. Welcome back though. Now mana reserve. This is how much mana you currently have and how much you're generating per turn. And then research. This affects how fast you're researching your spells. So we're doing pretty well there. And you can, if you're short on gold or mana, you can transmute gold to mana or mana to gold at a ratio of 2 to 1. Meaning that if you transmute 100 gold, you get 50 mana, and vice versa. Now there is a trait for wizards called alchemy, where it's a 1-to-1 deal. So 1 gold to 1 mana. But we don't have that, so I don't care. Hey, Beacon, welcome back. No Danka. Only zap pew pew stuff. No dragon. Or sorry, no Danka. These are currently spells that we have up there. Dark rituals, need to do somewhere more of those. We have famine on one of Horus's cities just because he's pissing me off. So, and this is one of the towers, planar towers, to get back and forth between the planes. So, anyway, this is Arcanus. This is where the other 4 wizards are primarily living. We haven't done any real exploration over here because we're busy. Every game needs Danka, except the games that don't have it. Oh, I keep forgetting, we don't have to look at it. We can do it this way. So anyway, this is the mirror plane. This is, of course, where we started. All the green are our cities. Red belongs to Horus, and the browns are neutrals that we know of. We've done a fair amount of exploration. Most of this plane is explored. Now it's just a matter of continuing to explore, checking stuff out, building up our power, and deciding who we want to kill first. So, this one again, we don't really have any knowledge on. So, there's that. Research a spell. Which spell should we... Oh, we're down to our last 5 spells. Cruel Unminding. As until it touches your enemy with a cold grasp, causing dread and weakness, target wizard loses 1 to 10% of their casting skill permanently. That's how you screw them. 8 turns to research that. Or Death Knights. Death Knights are probably one of the tougher units that you can have. Why? Because they have first strike, they fly, they have life drain, meaning every time they hit something and do damage to it, it heals themselves. So, which of course is useful for undead because they don't heal otherwise. I can actually look at their stuff. Sort of. And of course they have all the standard, immunity for undead stuff. They're pretty good units. Pestilence. Pestilence descends upon an enemy city. This target city population is reduced by 1 if its population exceeds, say, 1 to 10 morale. We need all the Death Knights? Yeah, they're not cheap though. That's the only downside to them. Upkeep of 8. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Demon Lords, though. Demon Lords, they can call 3 more lesser demons to fight in combat. They will obey the wizard's command until death or banishment. So, upkeep cost is 15. Demon Lords are good, too, because of that. They get to summon in 3 more demons to fight. So, yeah. So anyway, let's get Death Knights first, for research purposes. And currently we're casting a spell, the Black Wind. Deadly Black Wind is summoned by the darkest magic, descends upon the enemy. All figures in every unit in the target overlap map hex must resist at -1 or die. I don't know where we're going to use that. I forgot where we're going to be using that. But anyway, stuff. Each one of our colonies that is just become a city technically. To the city, he's got silver ore, mithril, quartz crystals, and more silver. Okay, well, we're gonna have them stick on housing for a little while. So they build up their population so they can actually have some actual workers and build stuff. And this is a draconian city that we just started. Ta-da. We just did this, so we're all set. That's not the spell we wanted. We wanted Death Knights. Thank you. Okay, green, you're over here. Brown mud. So we already actually did this. So, Troll City. Building a cathedral. Over little war trolls being recruited at Rocketville. Those are wraiths. Those are wraiths. Look at them here in a second. Sarad, so Beastman City that we control, and was killed in 4 turns. Okay, so Rocketville. Ah, okay, so this is our new army. This is Shuri the Huntress. She's our newest hero. We gave her some stuff to run around with, like, bow defense, crappy stuff we had on top, or that we had in storage, chainmail protection, and helm of flight, so she's actually flying around. So we need to get her some better stuff, that's for sure. And her stuff is range attack, of course. She's a blade master, so her chance to hit goes up by 10% for every 2 levels of experience. She's currently looking at level 5, it looks like. That's what the star is. Pathfinding, so when she leads an army, doesn't matter what land hex they're moving over, they only cost 1 movement point. So that's good. And agility, so she picks up an armor point for every level she learns. Armor bonus, that's all from items and stuff. Okay, so she should do okay. Once we get her some good stuff. Oh, I guess we should look at our favorite hero at the moment, who is Yotan, the Ice Troll. She's actually not that special. In all honesty, she's fairly... I mean, gave her some okay items and stuff. But a big thing here is the regeneration. Cold Breath seems to be a little effective too. And Mountaineer, and she's a foodie. So she just, as long as you have food to pay her, she doesn't require money. I'll accept food as upkeep. This makes them stronger. +1 attack, +1 armor, +1 resistance on level 1, and then extra +1 every third level gain. So as long as you keep her fed, she gets stronger than she would normally would than a typical hero. Because food cause fear, that's one of the items she's using. We didn't really look at the other items. So Bongtru's got the Axe of Flaming. It also does death, meaning that every time it hits something, if they're not immune to death magic, they have to make a saving throw or die. And the flaming does some extra damage, strength, makes blah 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 stuff. So there. And it's got the plate mail fear. Just a regular magic ring. Zaldron's got the Staff of the Magi that we made for him. Nothing special, it's just a basic item. Cloak of Merging. This allows him to move anywhere on the combat map in 1 turn. Basically, he just goes from here to there, type deal. Doesn't cost him any movement points. And then she's just got a basic sword, basic armor, and ring that causes fear. So the fear stuff works is every time they engage somebody in melee combat, the target has to make a saving throw, and if they fail, they just stand there in fear and they get smacked. So that's how that works. And this is just extra stuff that we should probably break down or sell or whatever. We've been using it as trade with the other wizards because they're pretty crappy. Okay, so as far as undead armies, how many do we have? I think we only have 1.5, maybe 2. Basically all the little pink purple heads, those are undead. So these are our elite war trolls that we turned into undead. So the policy right now is we take war trolls and they stay normal until they hit elite experience, and then we turn them into undead. Because if you turn them into undead when they are not on elite, they don't earn any more experience. They're stuck where they are. So that's what we do. Let them run around, do their thing, get elite, turn them undead. And then this is our little Wraith army. They've been running around doing stuff. They make undead too. when they kill stuff, they make undead. Although not always for some reason. Because when we picked these guys up, we should have picked up 2 spiders and 2 bears, but for some reason I only got 1 and 1. Don't know why, but that's what it is. And more armies. This is Ice Troll's army slowly. Actually, they are all ready to become undead. It's just a matter of casting the spell. We can only do 1 a turn, which sucks, but we need a spell that turns them all into undead at one time. And then Zaldron, his army is half undead, but ready to be converted over. So, yes. What's the big deal about making them undead? It makes them that much stronger is what it does. So, like, so this is an elite war troll. They have 10 melee, 5 armor, 11 resistance, and 6 hit points per unit. There's 4 units per thing. And they have regeneration, right? So that's not a bad unit. It really isn't. That's actually pretty good. For a unit that you can recruit from a city, this is actually pretty good, especially once they're leveled up. However, when you turn them into undead using the Black Channel spell, Black Channels gives them more bonuses too.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. That's it. Thanks.
Yep, thank you and happy Monday. So, the real big deal here, when a unit is undead, they don't heal normally. As in, usually a normal unit will, if they get hurt in combat, they will heal over time. Or you can cast a spell on them if you have the spell to heal them. It doesn't work if they're undead. So you need regeneration. Hence, trolls. Basically, regeneration is they can't die. Actually, it's not that you have to win a fight, as long as you don't lose the fight. Any regenerating creature comes back to life at the end of combat, which is good. And this also affects undead. So when you turn a troll undead, they still get to keep the regeneration, so you get to heal. And that's a big deal, right? And then also you can see the Black Channel spell. It's adding 2 strength, 1 range attack if you have them, breath attacks, hit points, resistance, and armor. But Gimpy, isn't 13 minus 10, 3? How is that 2? Well, because Gimpy is also a Fantastic Warlord, so they get the benefit of Gimpy's little Fantastic Warlord perk, which is giving them a bonus of +1 to melee, armor, resistance, that kind of stuff. So not only do you get the bonuses from the Black Channel spell, you also get the bonuses from the Fantastic Warlord too. So these guys are even tougher, that much more tougher than regular war trolls, because they're not fantastic units. They are when you make them into undead, so they become that much tougher. So that's a pretty decent jump in power from 10 to 13 for attacks, armor from 5 to 7, resistance from 11 to 13, of course health from 6 to 7. So not too bad. Oh, and then there's no upkeep either. These war trolls are costing us 4 gold and 1 food every turn, the regular ones. Turn them into undead, they are free. So Gimpy build himself an undead forever regenerating killing machines. Yes. Yes. As long as you win your fights, or don't lose your fights, or the army doesn't get wiped out. And by not losing is you either win or you retreat and you get away. You know, there's that little caveat. You have to get away too. But yeah. Not OP at all? It really isn't. Because it'd be OP, because here's the thing. Trolls can't build everything, all the buildings that everybody else, that a lot of other races can. And as a result, they don't get to use mithril or adamantine to upgrade their troops. Like dark elves or dwarves or just regular humans too. They can build alchemist guilds. And if they have, you know, mithril or adamantine within the range of their city, any units produced in those cities get access to those bonuses. Mithril is +1 to attack and armor, and then adamantine is +2 to those stats, which is a fairly big deal. Trolls don't get access to that because they can't build an alchemist guild. Alchemist guild also gives you a +10% chance to hit too. Again, they don't get access to that. Plus, there's some other buildings they don't get access to that helps them with production, that the other units like humans and dark elves and dwarves get access to. They also don't get the higher level training buildings. So the experience that a troll can start out with is just veteran, which is level 1 or whatever it happens to be. Which one is that? That is the Fighters Guild. They start as regulars. So +1. So that there's different, there's recruit, there's regular, there's veteran, and then there's elite. Basically, and as they level up, they get, they hit harder, they're harder to hit, that kind of stuff. So you really want your troops to be elite. Trolls, the best they can start off as is just regular troops. While the other ones, without any magic involved, they can start off as high as veteran. So instead of being a regular 0 level or the best is, so they can start off as level 3 troops instead of level 1. Actually, there's 4 possible levels. So you have, recruit, which is technically level 0, I guess. Then it's regulars, which is the best trolls can do, and you have veterans, which is what everybody else can be, what that can build the upgrade to the fighter guild. So, and there's also a spell under life that you can cast on the city, and any unit produced there starts off as elite. So you could go that route. Can you do undead trolls and life magic? Maybe. I'd have to look at the manuals to see how the spells are split out. How many books you need to get the heroism, or sorry, the spell you need to pump them out as elite, and also give black channels too. So anyway, so many decisions. But it's fun. Okay, so this is Bogtrue. Oh, that's right. He's looking to beat up on this city. We had to stop we got here just at the end of the stream last week. So this is Dark Elf City. They've got 9 elite Dark Elf Spearmen. Normally you go, oh, Spearmen, that's the lowest unit. They're wimpy. Yes, they are, but unfortunately Dark Elves also have these nice little laser blasts that they use. So here's your Daka Khadgar. Now the question is, do I want to bring Bogtrue in there? Because if he gets killed... but he can kill... He doesn't need to go in. I think we'll have him stay out. Because I don't... Well, actually, his resistance 17. I think he actually do okay. I think he'll do okay. Anyway, this might be a safe scum. We'll see. Anyway, going in. And of course we're fighting it out. Oh, no, what? This is actually what I was waiting the spell for. That's what Black Wind is for. That's why we're casting this spell. We're using it on Black Blood. We're going to try to kill some of those things before we go in. We just have to wait a couple more turns. Okay. Now I understand what that spell is for. See, I'm not completely stupid. Okay, so settlers, beastmen, headed off over this way. And of course, the plan today is the major plan is to see if we can turn Jotun, the ice troll, into an undead ice troll. See how that works. Hopefully it works, so I hope the way it should. Now Shuri and her little wraith partner. Like I said, there's another... Where's the other wraith army? Here these guys are. So there's 5 in here. That's what, 2 more? All the way down here. Oh, Jotun's going in here, or at least going to see what that's down there. So we want to get Shuri down. Oh, wow, way over there. Oh, we got roads. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so she's only one in one, or her and the Wraith, and we'll have her lead this army. They're basically running around making them more undead units for us, just for fun. Because again, undead units have no upkeep. Unless they're summoned, then they have the summon. Like the Wraiths actually have a... Oh, we've got to look at the Wraiths. So Wraiths, these are an undead unit. These are one of the better undead units. Higher level. Of course, they're undead. Have all the immunities. They're non-corporeal, life-stealing. They fly. They get bonus from the Fantastic Warlord stuff. Non-corporeal just means they basically can move through stuff on the ground. They move normal, or they are not hindered by the terrain. Lifesteal, basically, they hit something in combat, does damage, heals himself. Of course, they fly. And they have weapon immunity, so if something doesn't have magic weapons, they're pretty screwed. So anyway, that's them. And what we could do too is we could put black channels on them and make them even better. Bump them up to like 10 melee, 8 armor, 7 health. Yeah, no big deal. It's a possibility. But anyway, right. And also when they do, they're supposed to, when they do over 50% of damage to a unit, it's supposed to make them into undead, but it doesn't seem to work every time for some reason. It's like I said, when we got this spider and bear, they had friends, and they didn't, for whatever reason, they didn't all get converted over to being undead. No idea why. Anyway, next turn. And then we have a little army of engineers out there building roads for us. Oh, and we're also going to be trying to screw with the Horus as much as we can, because he's doing stuff like this for us, or not for us. Oh, that's right, purple. That's Rack, I think, right? Rack. Yeah. No, it's not. It's Oberic. Oberic is purple. So he came over to the mirror as well. Okay, these guys are exploring. This way. We're just looking for stuff. Nothing in particular, just exploring. There's another planar tower over there too. And then these guys are headed over here. We're gonna have this whole plane explored, just for fun. And there's our little Draconian spearmen with their little undead sprite to keep them company. Okay, these guys building a road. Guess we should just start building a road down that way. And waiting for our spell to be ready, so you guys can end your turn. And then Zaldron, he's just up here basically exploring the little points of interest where all these little glowing lights shooting up into the air. Oh, that'll be easy fight. Let's see what this one is. No? Ah. What's in here? Ancient Temple. 2 angels and a unicorn. We have a spell somewhat to counter the angels. Not by much, but we'll try. Angels suck. And let's speed things up. Okay, first thing we do is we cast Black Prayer, which debuffs them. Or supposed to debuff them. It did not debuff them. Because angels suck. Angels suck, they're cheaters. And of course they're flying, so... Wow, devastating our trolls there. Almost dead though. No Hand of Death kind of spell? Well, see, here's the problem. That Black Prayer should have reduced should have been a debuff for them, and it did not work, which is bad. That should have debuffed their attacks and armor and resistance, and it did not, which is bad. We have a rack spell, which has a chance to do damage, 1 point of damage every turn to every enemy unit on the map. But they have +1 to resist, and the whole point of Black Prayer is it actually makes it so that's still a -1, because it's a -2 to resist. So you do the Black Prayer and then you do the rack, and then you have a lesser chance, but angels suck. Then we have a death spell. Bring fatal dread to the enemy. All figures in every enemy unit in combat must resist or die. Word of death. It's basically the same idea. When it uses the enemy on the battlefield, each figure in the target unit must resist at -5 or be slain. It's 9. It's 79. We only 53 points left. This is not a big deal, because more than likely they're going to make their saves, because there's no penalization going on there. Illusion immunity, that's not a huge deal. This holy bonus is really kind of a problem. Increases their attack strength, armor, and resistance to all friendly units, and that's what their little stuff here. Oh, maybe it did work. Black Prayer did work. It's just they've got this bonus going on. Because they get this one. So the Black Prayer is actually working. It's counteracting their holy bonuses. Because if you notice, they don't have any yellow things on melee or armor, which they should. Because this is a bonus to strength, armor, and resistance, all friendly units. So they only got 1, right? It should be 2. Because the angels stack. Hey, Skybird, welcome back. Happy Monday. So, but the Black Prayer is removing all enemy units melee range armor reduced by 1 and resistance lowered by 2. So it is actually working. Okay. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do rack or try to kill him straight out. Let's do rack. Rack, we have a better chance of doing some damage. Probably it's not going to hit him, but we'll see. Evil unicorns must die. And unfortunately our trolls can't do anything because they can't fly. So we just have to surround these angels so they can't go anywhere. Unicorns are no problem to us, so... Okay, we got this. Okay, that went better than I thought it was going to go. But as you can see, even though we lost some troll units actually during the fight, they all come back. So, gold, 282 gold. Mana loss from the spells we're casting, but trying to level up all these war trolls anyway, along with Jotun. Okay, so, again, that fight went better than I thought it would. That fight we were not doing. Behemoths, they suck more than angels do. So shadow demons. They have weapon immunity. Our trolls don't have. Yeah, here's the problem with trolls too. They don't get magic weapons because they don't get access to mithril and adamantine, so they never get magic weapons. So they have to rough it out, which kind of sucks. But our hero has magic weapons. Dun, dun, dun. She'd have to do all the work against those. These red lines, the red beams, we've determined are more difficult than the yellow beams. The yellow beams are easier. So we'll go after them when we can. And then you guys. So we got halflings. Halflings and hellhounds. Good selection. Gargoyles. We can beat up on those. Okay, she's continuing on this way. I'm gonna meet up with those other wraiths. Settlers. They're headed down here to, I think, establish a city so they can't expand this way. And War Troll. Send you over to Rocketville. Okay. So, swordsman. Beastman swordsman. Yen. So this is a Beastman city, nothing special. Miners Guild. Miners Guild, something the trolls don't get access to, which affects city production increases city production by 50%, which would be a really good thing for trolls to have, because that way they can crank out the war trolls that much faster. But they don't have access to the Miners Guild, so they can't do that. So the trade-off is that the war trolls are, you know, decent. Anyway, we're only 5 turns. Yeah, we can wait. This city isn't going to be producing any units, so it doesn't really matter. Dragon Pass. Sages Guild in 5. Again, another city that can wait. Not all cities are meant to produce units. Only the ones really here that have adamantine or their troll cities. So, Dragonfall.
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. Also, please remember that YouTube wants you to like and comment on his videos. Thanks.
Yep, thank you and happy Monday. So, we just created another troll army. A war troll army, so now the question is, what do we want to do with them? Where should they go? We should actually go park him over here by Horus's city so he can crap his pants a little bit more. And that's our turn. Scouts, you guys are going this way, I think. Hero, Tiberius the Sage, what's he doing over here? All by himself. What's he? Oh. Okay, I guess that's where so he's gonna, even if I cut him off this way, he's gonna expand this way. We can stop that from happening if we can. Engineers. Bit more roads. Okay, so spell is ready for this. There it is right there. So hopefully this kills some other stuff in there. So Black Wind on this city. Well, it killed some of them. That's why their health is down. So it killed a few. Not enough. But in we go. We're going to win. It's just a question of, is Bactria going to make it through? Which he should. Okay, here comes the Donka. Luckily, they have limited ammo. They only have 4 shots each. So what we can do is make it a little bit tougher for them to actually hurt us. So Black Prayer, this reduces their range damage, all the other fun stuff. So that. And then Bonkcher can just go run up there too and kick the crap out of them.
This is horrible. You should refund Hobo Zeph's money.
I didn't say anything. It's Veronica's problem. I didn't say anything wrong. Oh, these are wimpy little troll swordsmen. Who are tougher than a base war troll unit, because they're undead. Anyway. Okay, and then this frack spell. Hopefully this does something. Makes him go a little bit faster. Okay, start killing Bonkcher. Bactria. Come on. There's 2. Actually didn't need the rack. That was a waste of mana. That's okay. We can make more. That's the rack kicking in. Killed a couple of them. Oh yeah. Trolls regenerate in combat too. So. That's a rack spell kick in. Now they're out of ammo, so they have to fight, and they all die. See, no problem. So now, 20,000 Dark Elves work for us. Dun dun dun. And what this also does, Dark Elves. Each population of Dark Elf produces 1 power. So we just picked up 17,000 or 17 power from this, from taking this city. So, yay. Production, that's all normal stuff. Lots of rebels. Because unfortunately, with the undead is they do not count as garrison troops. So that means we have to start recruiting some Dark Elves here to take care of stuff. $25 production per. We can't do this because we move out for food, so it's okay. Okay, Zaldron. It's not a cave, it's a dungeon. With a bear in it. There was a bear in it. So, do you want to continue on? We got picked up 15 mana for that fight. Our choices are to leave or continue. Continue. For the real fight. So, Chaos Spawn, you guys suck. Everybody else. Doombat's kind of a problem, but not a big deal. So the Chaos Spawn, he does Death Gaze, Stony Gaze, and Doom Gaze. And as far as our undead go, they're immune to the death, but not the stoning or the chaos one. It's okay. The Chaos Spawn at least has to get close to using Sight, so we're going to cast some spells like, Black Prayer to debuff them. And you can cast a spell to Death Spell, see if we kill everything on the field. Because why not? That did not seem to do anything. At all. Oh, duh, because undead.
Hey, bag of water.
Smart.
It is time to take a break.
I am friggin'
Go
smart.
stretch your legs. Your next break is in 1 hour.
I am smart. SMRT smart. Can still try to black sleep on this thing, and it didn't work. So the idea here was to make him fall asleep, and then he doesn't fly when he's sleeping, but that didn't work. Your undead are inferior to my undead.
Come on, you pansy, get back in there and fight.
Zap. Turn. And for some reason, this thing doesn't attack. I don't know why. I don't know why it doesn't attack. I think it's because they're immune to the trolls are immune, or the undead trolls are immune to his stuff. It doesn't really matter. This is Aldron. You can move anywhere on the map for free. How many shots? Yeah, he has 7 left. And again, I think this is a bug in the AI or something where he should be attacking the trolls, the regular trolls at least. But for whatever reason, because there's some that are immune to his stuff, he just sits there and does nothing. But again, it wouldn't matter. We're still going to win. Just a numbers game. So, look, we won. Fame increased by 1. Mana loss because all the spells we cast. Oh, look, we picked up an extra 13 mana after that fight. I think we got screwed a little bit. Okay, you guys are just waiting. Not there. Over that way. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm going to get up, take a break real quick. I need to get some more water. See what Mrs. Gimpy's up to. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll continue on, of course, when we get back and see if we can make Jotun into an undead troll before we go into this fight. So, and see if she picks up experience. That's the plan. So anyway, be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video, and thank you for watching.